Most people think that learning how to read a birth chart is simple. Find your zodiac sign and read a few personality traits. But the moment you see a real birth chart, that idea falls apart. And the deeper you look, the more complex it becomes. So, how do you actually read a birth chart? Understanding the structure of a birth chart. To begin with, you need a birth astrological chart. On that chart, the houses, signs, and planets make up the three main components. The houses represent the sky at the time of your birth, which is the path the planets move across in the sky. They also form the chart's skeletal structure, but their positions change depending on the exact time and place of birth. The leftmost part of the chart represents the eastern horizon, also known as the ascendant. This point marks the beginning of the first house, and the houses start from there. Here is an important note. Since we are beginning with the first house and moving counterclockwise through the 12th, be aware that astrologers use different house systems, so you need to have a keen eye when searching, because the ascendant marks the beginning or the cusp of the first house. For clarity, let us use the equal house system, which divides the ecliptic into 12 equal segments starting from the ascendant. Of course, you can decide to use any system that you prefer. From there, directly opposite the ascendant is the descendant, the western horizon, or what is setting. At the top of the chart is the midheaven, MC, representing the highest part of the ecliptic in the sky, and at the bottom is Imam Coeli, IC, representing what is underneath the horizon or the non-visible sky. But what do these houses actually mean in the chart? The three core elements: houses, signs, and planets. In astrology, the houses represent the areas of life. Starting with the first house, it represents all areas of our lives related to the self. This includes appearance, motivations, self-image, goals, physical body, and more. The second house, that one has to do with our values. Together, the houses represent what we might call areas of life. Next, the signs are the second component of the chart. They are the 12 fixed divisions of the ecliptic and show where the planets were located at the time of your birth. That is like telling us what sign was rising, the ascendant, and which was setting, the descendant. To cut to the chase, this is where individual interpretations can begin, now that we have two components of the chart to compare. From the directness of Aries to the receptiveness of Pisces, the zodiac signs also show the characteristics of the sky at the time of your birth. Finally, the third component, the planets, represents different psychological drives and functions in our lives. These transient bodies in the sky mirror our transient experiences here on Earth. As they always do, these experiences further shape our personality. In terms of personality, what these mean is that the houses show which areas of life are major for us. At the same time, the signs reveal which characteristics are prominent. Then there are planets that represent how we experience life. Now for the exciting part. Let us take a look at your chart and see what it is really saying about you. And if this video has helped you better understand birth charts, please like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Interpreting the most important chart factors. In general birth chart analysis, it is best to start with the most important foundations first, because these foundations shape your personality and your overall life experiences. 4 main parts of the chart show this. and they are your sun, moon, ascendant, and the ascendant's ruler, also called your chart ruler. To understand them, we need to look at their house and sign positions, except for the ascendant, which shows only the sign. Starting with your sun and moon, these two are the most basic and essential parts of who you are. Take them to be yin and yang, two opposite but complementary forces. For the sun, it represents your outward side, showing how you express yourself, your drive, and your active masculine energy. But for the moon, it represents your reflections, your inner self, your emotions, and your receptive feminine energy. Together, the sun and moon form most of your inner and outer personality. The amazing thing is how they connect to the ongoing life experiences that shape you over time. You want to start by finding the sun and moon in your chart and looking at both their house and sign placements. Once you do, you can begin to understand what your core inner and outer selves are really about. But remember that houses show the areas of life that matter most to you and the major themes in your life, while signs show the personality traits and qualities that come through your life experiences. After getting that down, move to your ascendant and chart ruler. These parts show how your life unfolds and how your personality develops over time. They are similar to your sun and moon, but they focus more on describing your life path and the major life events that shape the person you're growing into. Your ascendant represents the qualities you develop through life experiences, and it is associated with a zodiac sign because it marks the beginning of the first house. Your chart ruler, on the other hand, is the planet that rules the sign your ascendant is in. Where this planet sits, the house and sign give deeper details about the qualities you are developing and the areas of life where this growth occurs. To continue, start by finding your ascendant sign. These qualities come through your overall life experiences and shape who you are becoming, and they are very important traits for your personal growth. After that, find your chart ruler by identifying which planet rules your ascendant sign. While you have done that, here's something you can't afford to miss. Some signs have two ruling planets, and if that happens, mark both, because they are both important. Once you have found your chart ruler, locate his house and sign, just like you did for the sun and moon. Do you know what this does? This placement shows how you grow and develop over time and strongly represents you in the chart. But what if you intend to go even deeper? Aspects and advanced planetary analysis. We'll start by looking at the major connections between these four components and the other planets in your birth chart. But why is that? These planetary relationships are called aspects, and they can be found on the inside of the chart, next to the chart, or sometimes in both places. Beyond aspects, you can now look at the planets themselves. Start with the inner planets, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Then move to the middle planets, Jupiter and Saturn, followed by the outer planets, Uranus and Neptune. After that come additional bodies such as Charon, a minor celestial body, and Pluto, a dwarf planet. The next step is to analyze their house and sign placements. Keep in mind that as you move farther out to the more distant planets, the personality characteristics they represent become deeper and less obvious. Reading a birth chart can feel overwhelming at first, but once you understand the structure, it becomes a powerful tool for self-discovery. But here is something to think about. Are you truly living in alignment with that design? Or are you still discovering who you really are?